Hey everyone, my name is Michelle, and today I'm going to speak with you about one of my pre-birth memories. So it started out that I can remember. There were 9 of us. I was on some kind of a council. We all were wearing white robes, and we were literally up in space, and we were just floating. We weren't on a spaceship or anything. We were just out in space. And there was this oval table, and it was oblong. And it was gigantic. And the chairs were gigantic because we were all like giants. I said in a previous video, if you take the sun and magnify that 15 times, that's how huge one being was, including myself. And so, each of them looked like us, like humans, just really huge. And each of the chairs, of course, were really huge. But the furniture, the chairs and the table, both looked like some kind of really, really tough, solid wood. And it was just floating. I mean, it was not stable on anything, just floating there, and everybody just sitting around it, just like it was nothing, except for myself. And there was a female that was floating beside me, and but we all had on robes, white robes, and I was planning out with them. It's like I had just got done, and I know that it's like I remember we had just finished, and I'm not allowed to remember what we had planned out, because of course that would just ruin my whole experience here. But we had just completed some of the things that I was supposed to encounter during this lifetime, and one of those was my accident. So once that was completed and I had agreed to it, and everyone, understood their role in my lifetime here, they had me to raise my right arm, but it was like I had to raise it all the way up, and they had me to speak this, okay? But when I was speaking what I'm getting ready to tell you, I had a different voice. I was still speaking the English language, but I had a very rolly tongue, and I've never been able to hardly roll my tongue to speak. I talk too country, and I just can't. But what they had me to do was say, I pronounce the name of Jesus Christ. That's kind of how it came out, as best I can do. It sounded like a mixture of like a Middle Eastern person speaking the English language, but at the same time it still had a stronger accent. So anyways, that's what I remember. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm forgetting. No. Actually, yes. There was a very large metallic spacecraft behind, and I don't understand this, but it was behind where we were. Like where I was standing at the end of the table, or floating at the end of the table, straight behind is where I saw the spaceship. And it wasn't just a round, it was like you have this big round portion, and then it goes off into like a smaller long elongated piece, thinner. And that's all I saw of it. It was bigger than that, but I didn't see the very back part. But I still don't understand how we were floating. Why were we not on the spacecraft? I don't know. But anyways, that's my pre-birth memory. Today I'm going to be discussing how we were made. Now, please know this is not easy for me. I was raised in a very Christian home, and this was taught to me during one of my experiences on a spacecraft. And I have drawn it out the best that I can and written down in detail the best that I can to try to explain this to you. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the picture, and then I'll read what I have written and elaborate on that a little more. So here's what I saw. It's kind of like a grid type situation. Okay. 8/12 of 2017. This is the second experience while on the spacecraft. So I did a previous video. Part 1 would be the bird people, and I will put that link down below for you. Okay, so I was shown how we, the third dimension, are created. This is some type of grid-like that is used when creating like cartoon movies or video games. It's the best way that I can describe it, but it's so much more advanced than anything I have seen. This was a holographic type computer, and it generated man. Just like, I mean, it was nothing. It's like it projected an image of what someone was going to look like, planning the body they were planning to take on when they came to Earth in human form. This particular man that I saw, he was a Caucasian man with black hair, brown eyes, completely human. He was standing on a square platform. He was wearing a business suit. There was no movement whatsoever from the actual projection of the body. However, the platform, this right here that he was standing on, was kind of like doing this slowly, kind of going around in a circular motion. Okay, I could tell I was looking at a computerized doll type projection that had no soul. So it was like I was given a knowing or an understanding of how we are created. We are spiritual beings taking on a human form for learning. This is the human 3D realm, and it is holographic. It's sort of like we're in a play or a game, something that we agree to come here to experience for soul growth, good and bad. And I have to tell you, that was hard for me to swallow, because I haven't had the easiest life, as with a lot of people, and then to realize that it's something that I planned before I came here. But then the more I thought about it, it made it easier to accept. It's like, oh, wait a minute, because like now when things happen, I might be like, oh no, at first, and I'm like, wait a minute, I planned this before I came here. Okay, I got this. What is my next move? Just like a board game. What is your next move? And the more that I have been able to teach myself to realize that we, as human beings, we don't have all the answers, and that we do have a creator, and we just don't have all the information. We only have bits and pieces. And then, I was given something like this, and it was just kind of like, mind blowing. It took a while to sink in. Like, is this real? Can this be real? And I struggled with it until I began seeing glitches. And that's another video, but that's what actually, when I started seeing glitches, helped me to realize that although all this seems real, it's not real. This is not the actual reality. We are in a hologram type situation that feels real, so we can come here for soul growth. So this being that I was shown that was being created was actually someone, like I said, they had no soul yet or anything. This was just basically figuring out at a certain point in this person's life, when they get to this age, this is what they're going to look like. This is how they're going to dress. That type of situation. So I will leave you with that. I know this may sound very strange, but I totally get it. But because I'm just trying to get the knowledge out there. I'm trying to let everyone know what I have hidden because of my fear for so many years. And then it's all of a sudden I feel like I'm being pushed. It's time. I've got to do this. I've got to tell humanity. Everyone needs to know the truth. So that's what I'm doing to help myself, but also to help everyone else.